Right now on Fox 43 Featured, 23 for Life, how a high school is retiring the number in honor of a Harrisburg native who is making big waves in the NFL. Family tradition, details of a tradition a family of York County firefighters carry on and the joy it brings to the community. And Baby Roos, how Central Pennsylvania locals got to meet some unusual furry friends. Fox 43 Featured starts right now. Well, thanks for joining us for Fox 43 Featured. I'm Robert Stover. A high school football community honors one of its own for the impact he's had both on and off the field. Fox 43's Ryan Yee was at Micah Parsons' Harrisburg Cougars jersey retirement ceremony that highlighted the special connection the NFL superstar has with his hometown.
Number 23 on the jersey, number 1 in Harrisburg's heart.
Harrisburg's very own Mighty Cougars, number 23, Micah Parsons.
NFL superstar and Harrisburg Cougars football alum Micah Parsons' number 23 jersey has been retired by his alma mater. For Parsons, it's an honor that reflects his strong connection with his hometown.
To be back in this spot where I played and being honored, it means everything. Since I've been here, that's all I've ever been. From the students to the teachers to the coaches to the higher-ups, I've just been poured with so much love, and I'm just going to pour it right back.
In the school's history, only 2 players before Parsons have had their jersey retired. However, with the special impact the Harrisburg native has had both on and off the field, number 23 will fit right in.
Everything that Micah has done for our city, for our community, for our athletic program, and, just the things that he's done on this football field. We put all the things to the side that he did from an athletic standpoint, but how is he as a human being? What is he doing to impact our community? So, that definitely played a big part. That's what made it a no-brainer for us to retire his jersey.
With hopes that Parsons can inspire the next generation of Harrisburg's best, whose numbers may one day join his.
Just know that it's been done, and it can be done again, and I just hope these kids that's growing up through this program, these camps, these community days, that they'll just throw it their own. Bring the community together, keep gelling. We're all as one. We make this better.
Harrisburg Cougars!
Ryan Yee, Fox 43.
Well, a rancid smell permeated Route 22 for a day after rotten eggs were spilled from a truck. The incident occurred Wednesday along the intersection of East Walnut Street and Pleasure Road. According to a Sauter's Egg official, around 1,000 pounds of eggs were spilled after the driver hit the brakes. Neighbors say the rotten eggs could be smelled from half a mile away from the scene.
I just remember this rancid smell, and I'm like, oh wow, that's what a way to wake up.
Fortunately, it was in the outside. If it had been in a room, it would have been something you couldn't even stood inside.
PennDOT officials say they were able to clean up the mess and cover up the smell later that day. We recently passed the 1-year anniversary of the assassination attempt on President Donald Trump. While the bullet grazed President Trump's ear, it hit Corey Compatore, who died trying to protect his family. Comparator was honored by 1,000 bikers in Butler County. They rode together in a mass ride to remember him. Riders shared their respect for the man who was considered a strength to his community, saying the tribute should continue every year.
Corey and my little brother were best friends, so that he basically grew up at my house when we were little. So, and knowing him just as an older guy, he was just a pillar of the community. He was just fantastic.
The ride wasn't the only tribute of the day for Comparator. He was also remembered with a military parade through town and at a ceremony at the South Butler Community Library, where a small statue was unveiled bearing his name. Billions of dollars in new investments in artificial intelligence centers in Pennsylvania were announced as part of Senator Dave McCormick's Energy Summit. That includes a large chunk going to a project right here in South Central Pennsylvania. Fox 43's James Corrigan has the details of the dawn of a new industry, both locally and throughout the Commonwealth.
As national and state leaders gather in Pittsburgh for Senator Dave McCormick's Energy and Innovation Summit, billions of dollars in AI data center investments are being announced for Pennsylvania, including in the city of Lancaster.
We used AI to help us learn about data centers, which is Pretty ironic.
Lancaster Mayor Deneen Sirachi will see her city benefit from the new technology as the CoreWeave cloud computing company will invest $6 billion into a new data center in Lancaster with properties on Harrisburg Pike and the former R.R. Donnelly Center on Greenfield Road. Sirachi says she believes this to be the single biggest one-time investment in Lancaster County history, which came together with a perfect storm of factors.
It's really about meeting the demand of people on the Eastern Seaboard that are using AI. The second, which I was not involved in, is just their ability to access power.
It's that reason that AI tech companies are investing billions in the state. Senator McCormick announced $90 billion in new investment in data centers in Pennsylvania. Amazon had previously announced a $20 billion investment, and Microsoft is helping revive 3 Mile Island to power their AI infrastructure. State Senator Greg Rothman proposed a bill on Tuesday to fast-track the approval of these facilities, seeing a potential opportunity for the state to come to the forefront of the new industry.
We want government to get out of the way of the innovation, get out of the way of the data centers and the AI innovation, and let people come here and invest and deploy the capital.
Despite the ethical concerns of some, Mayor Sirachi says the new investment may represent both a new industry in Lancaster and a new industrial revolution.
What it must have been like to see a train, like with the train tracks rolling through parts of the country that many people had never seen before. I kind of feel like that is like how AI feels right now.
James Corrigan, Fox 43 News.
The Harrisburg School District is rolling out a new fleet of electric school buses ahead of the 2025 school year. Fox 43's Matt Kleindens looks at how the new technology hopes to lead the district to a cleaner future.
Starting this fall, Harrisburg students will be riding to school on school buses with the latest EV technology.
We know that giving students a greener, healthier future starts with cleaner air.
On Monday, the Harrisburg School District unveiled 10 new electric school buses ahead of the upcoming school year. The new buses were purchased using federal environmental grants and will replace 1/3 of the district's diesel fleet. Dr. Marcia Stokes says the move aims to improve air quality in the city of Harrisburg and cut down on the district's fuel budget.
The electric buses are supposed to go approximately 100 miles before they'll need to be recharged. So being a small district, we're able to do multiple runs, bringing kids to and from multiple schools before they would need to be recharged.
Now, although the bus may look and feel the same as a regular diesel bus, the electric school bus is expected to be a lot quieter and smoother of a ride for students going to school.
They're going to be able to have conversations with their friends in a much lower voice volume than what they've had to over diesel buses.
Mike Ahern with Kraft School Bus adds that the Harrisburg School District will also save on maintenance costs over the lifetime of the electric buses.
One of the biggest points there is the number of moving parts and not having a true combustion engine in there.
School officials say the new electric buses are a long-term investment in students' health and education.
If this technology is a technology of the future, how great is it to not only ride it, but be able to understand it?
Matt Kleindens, Fox 43 News.
And as a need for school bus drivers increases, a school bus driver hiring event for Central York School District took place this week. Registration was easy. All you had to do was show up and present your PA driver's license. Once registered, prospective drivers took part in a test drive, getting behind the wheel of a bus and performing basic tasks like they would on a route. A spokesperson with the bus company said the need for bus drivers for next year is growing now more than ever.
One thing is they would have to have at least 3 years driving experience in a regular vehicle. That's one thing. A clean driver's license is always a nice thing. We have a Pennsylvania school bus physical that they have to pass and basically be willing to work during the school.
And you can head over to fox43.com for more information if you're interested in becoming a school bus driver. No experience is necessary. And speaking of school, it's out, meaning parents are on the hunt for something to keep kids busy and learning over the summer. Fox 43's Alex Cawley shows us how a local historical society doesn't just teach about the past, but helps people live it.
Next command would have been shut pans.
Right space. Advance arms.
The past is alive at the Shippensburg History Center.
We're teaching kids about the American Revolution and how it impacted the area, but we want to do it from a hands-on approach. So we want to show them what they were wearing at the time, the weaponry, what they carried. We recreated one of the rations that soldiers would have had, like the fire cakes.
Do our handcuffs look like this? Yeah.
Don't worry, they're going to get even stickier.
Yay!
John Miller is the executive director. He's worked at different Civil War battlefields, including Gettysburg, in his career. And while Civil War history is so well known throughout the region, it's a different story for the Revolutionary War and colonial times.
The Cumberland Valley was very important for communications. It was very important for supplies for not only Washington's army out in Philadelphia or New York, but also the Continental Army that's fighting out on the western frontier in Pennsylvania. And a lot of people and a lot of that history has kind of gotten forgotten because of development, modernization.
There you go, soldier. The History Center knows about that development.
Long story short, we went to that guy and we said to him, "We think you have part of the fort in your yard. Could we dig your yard up?" And he said, "If you put it back the way it was, yes, you can."
They have an entire room dedicated to a dig in Shippensburg to uncover the location of Fort Morris from the French and Indian War.
We found things like a building foundation 3 feet down in the ground. Nobody has a building foundation 3 feet down in their yard.
You can see elements that people used in their daily lives and even get to taste them.
How long does this have to cook for anyways?
The History Center brings key parts of our country's past and connects them to Cumberland County and Central PA. And it's only emphasized with America's 250th birthday around the corner.
The programming and the approach is really starting to work as we're seeing a lot of families from all around the surrounding community. And they're coming here, even though they're not from Shippensburg, but they're coming here and they see a lot of similarities between this community and the community that they live in.
There's things going on in town, things going on in the towns around us. Our director, John, is very much involved in the 250th here and also in Chambersburg in Franklin County. Yeah, it's a big celebration for our country and for our town.
For what? March.
Alex Colley, Fox 43.
Snack Street, the so-called snack food capital of the world, held a festival attracting thousands of people. Where it happened and what was featured on the menu. A York County Fire Department is hosting its biggest fundraiser of the year, and for one family, the carnival has become a tradition. Fox 43's Sydney Nauman shows us how a family of firefighters has inherited more than just a helmet and a hose line.
Summer carnivals are like a family heirloom. The sounds and smells are passed down through generations of excited children and nostalgic adults. And at the annual Eureka Volunteer Firemen's Carnival in Stewartstown, York County, the popular pastime is serving a greater purpose.
This carnival really produces money so that way we can have new apparatus, new firehouses, and turnout gear, safety equipment, like everything you can think of.
Keith Amberman grew up in the fire department.
I've been here since I could barely remember.
Alongside his father and his grandfather, William Amberman.
I've been in the fire company for 60 years.
And in the Amberman family, the inheritance isn't just fighting flames. It's fueling a fundraiser that keeps the fire burning year after year.
My grandfather back in the 70s has started this thing.
Each generation taking a turn carrying the torch and coordinating the carnival.
I had it, my sons had it, and his son now had it. So, you know, it's a family tradition, really.
With new challenges each year, Keith says the biggest obstacle has been watching the weather.
With the weather, a lot of people are not wanting to come out, which is understandable. But as long as we have a good Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it can make up for rainy days.
For William, the goal is simple.
Because I started it and I don't want to see it to fail.
And so is the promise passed down through 3 generations, answering the community's call for fire or a carnival.
The population has grown in this town and everything. And you know, they come out and they support us, and that's what we need. We need volunteers for this fire company to keep it going.
Sydney Nauman, Fox 43 News.
Around the community, Hollabaugh Brothers Fruit Farm in Adams County celebrated its 70th Blueberry Festival. Not only did the farm serve all things blueberry, families got to pick some of their own. With its blueberry sundaes and ice cream, the farm says it's perfected the recipes with the help of a local ice cream maker.
It starts with Mr. G's ice cream. Mr. G is a local ice cream maker in Gettysburg who we've partnered with for many, many years. He makes his fantastic ice cream and adds our fresh blueberries. So it's the perfect blend, and then we've mastered the art of milkshake making here at the farm.
Kids also got to do blueberry-themed arts and crafts while trying some of the blueberry products the farm had to offer. Hollabaugh Bros in Adams County is open every day until 5 p.m. And who doesn't love a good snack? Recently, the so-called snack food capital of the world celebrated with its 5th annual street fair. This year's event featured music, food, and more than 240 vendors from around Pennsylvania and surrounding states. Organizers say the community has embraced being the place to be for snack foods.
It's a great opportunity to come out, meet new people, enjoy a drink, whatever it may be, and just get connected in your community.
Guests were given free bags of Utz and Campbell snacks. Organizers guess the event attracted about 10,000 visitors to the area. The Hanover Chamber of Commerce says it's already preparing for its next event, the Snacktown Fall Fest in September. Coming up, Fangirl's Dream. How a FOX43 team member got her own personal serenade from one of her favorite bands. And guess what? They might have been your favorite too. A Central Pennsylvania music show is making history, quietly becoming a destination for collectors around the world. Now, in its 46th year, the Pennsylvania Music Expo held its 508th event in Lancaster County. Fox 43's Tyler Poglet shows us why this long-running expo continues to hit all the right notes.
Every second Sunday of the month, music fans gather in East Petersburg in Lancaster County, not for a concert, but for the chance to discover something special. The Pennsylvania Music Expo, hosted by the Keystone Record Collectors, is now in its 46th year. Their July show marked a major milestone, event number 508.
We thought that the show was going to fade away about 5-6 years ago because it just, vinyl was kind of fading, and then there was a resurgence and people came back.
The expo features nearly 40 vendors selling thousands of items, from vinyl and CDs to posters, memorabilia, and rarities you won't find at big retailers. And it's not just local. Collectors have come from as far as Japan and Germany.
So we have people that are coming to the States for a week or 2 weeks, and they'll come here as part of their excursion and either start here or end here, but they'll make sure it's a part of their plan when they're out seeking vinyl.
Admission is always free, thanks to the club's nonprofit status.
We don't need to make a major profit. We just want to, break even, cover our expenses, and provide a good experience for those attendees that are coming.
Whether you're a serious collector or just curious about vinyl, organizers say there's something for everyone.
It's fun. I like to talk to the people, and I like to deal with the people with the records and talk about music and all the things that go with the show.
Next Pennsylvania Music Expo is scheduled for August 10th. Tyler Poglich, Fox 43 News.
Well, if you know one thing about Fox 43's Jackie DeTore, well, it's her love for NSYNC. And she got to interview Chris Kirkpatrick at the Pop 2000 tour event. But wait, there's more. The band BB Mac also joined in on the interview too. And then all guys serenaded her with one of their biggest hit songs.
It's good to be baby. Miss you, want you, need you so until you're back here, baby, yeah. Hit it. There's a feeling inside, I want you to know. You are the one and I can't let you go. Dirty pop. Dirty pop. Dirty pop. Oh my gosh, that just exclusive. Is my heart still in there? Oh my God, that was awesome.
What an exciting day for Jackie. She even got to ask the band if they had plans on getting back together. Now, if you want to know what they said and what else Jackie got to ask them, check out the full interview on fox43.com. Flood fosters. The destruction in Texas left people and pets without homes. But now these pets are in central PA hoping to find their forever homes. Well, following the spread of flooding across Texas, hundreds of families are now without a home, along with their beloved pets. Fox 43's Brian Tegg shows how a Pennsylvania organization is helping them find forever homes in our neck of the woods.
You'll be fine.
There were plenty of tails wagging on Saturday as more than a dozen cats and dogs landed at Lancaster Airport. The Harrisburg Area Humane Society received the furry airmail courtesy of the Brandywine Valley SPCA in an effort to help areas in Texas affected by flooding.
When the floods happened in Texas, we're far away, but we wanted to help so badly. And our regular partners, Dogs My Co-Pilot, said, hey, we have some room on the plane. We can bring you some pets if you can take them.
With the help of Texas-based nonprofit Austin Pets Alive, the four-legged passengers were dropped off with the Humane Society and different groups across the country to find a new home, giving people in Texas a chance to rebuild theirs.
We're bringing them up to New Jersey and we're bringing them up to Pennsylvania so that they can get adopted quickly and more room and space, and the Austin and Caryville and just Texas area shelters are available, so that the families that are just kind of trying to get back on their feet can have a second chance.
And while an hours-long flight might not be everyone's favorite, Ward says that the animals usually adjust quickly.
So once we get the engine turning, it's like a nice diesel hum, so it kind of mellows out. Might get the yapper, but it's a pretty quiet flight, and they get to go explore the country with me.
Even though it may be 1,000 miles away, no distance is too far for a helping hand to reach out for man's best friends.
If they need us, we're always here to help. We have to help, locally first, but whenever we can reach out and help farther away, we always do so. And it's because of our community. The community here is great with adoptions and donations that help us care for the animals. So with the support of the community, we'll keep helping wherever we can.
Brian Tegg, Fox 43 News.
An event at Big Spring High School in Cumberland County brought some special furry friends for people to see. More than 600 people came out to see and hold baby kangaroos at the event for the John Graham Public Library in Newville. Organizers say a lot more people showed up than expected.
They were very nice and soft and very cuddly. They looked very tired because they kept hiding back in their pouch.
I was expecting a crowd, but 600, that was a lot. I mean, we're a small library, very small. So this was quite overwhelming, quite exciting.
The kangaroo visit was part of a weekly series for kids aimed at raising awareness for the library's services. Well, that's it for this week's edition for Fox 43 Featured. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. Have a good one.